So I've been thinking about this whole concept of returning to paradise, right? Paradise lost. It's like this in-depth desire within all of us to just want to go back to that childhood sense of peace and belonging, right? Where you don't have to worry about anything, about all the chaos and the madness in the world. And I think that's kind of what's going on right now with the whole coronavirus, right? Well, let me explain that a little bit further. You know, we're for a lot of us, right? It is a sense of chaos, a sense of facing the unknown, right? Some of us have been laid off. Some of us are affected by the actual virus itself. Some of us know others who are affected by it. And then society itself, how it's turned upside down, essentially, right? In the sense of it's not what we're used to, right? A lot of change has happened in a very short amount of time. And whether for better or for worse, any sudden changes at the end of the day for the human psyche is a major shock and something to get used to. So for those of us who are spiritually minded, I think this is also a good time to sit down and reflect, and some of us are probably seeing this as nature telling us to calm down, right? To just calm down, sit down, relax, right? Reflect, reevaluate, slow down, be in the now. I think despite the tremendous progress that's been made here in the Western world, here in the U.S., amazing country, amazing nation. So much has been accomplished. But it's a very, very left brain, rational minded, centric nation. And, people knocking out crazy hours every week for work and high cortisol levels, tremendous stress, strained relationships. This is a good time to just sit back, right? Reflect on life and remember the paradise that we used to be in, right? Why are we running around so frantically? Or where are we trying to go? Right? Some might argue we're going nowhere. Right? We realize we're going nowhere. Okay. But I think something could be said of the argument that or the perspective, right, that we are going somewhere, right? We're either trying to go back to that paradise, that Eden, right, that we were born into for some of us, right? For some of us who were born into great families, relatively stable family environment. Childhood childhood was a great time, great memories. And then for others of us, we're trying to create paradise. Right? We're trying to create our Eden, whether consciously or subconsciously, and I think that's something to think about. That's something to consider, right? I think especially for those of us who grew up in extremely religious environments, we think of ourselves as useless, lowly human beings, peons, right? That have no worth, which is a shame because, what I want to bring forth, moving forward on this channel, on Hollowed Quest, is to present the idea and what I believe to be the forgotten idea, right? The forgotten understanding that our ancestors had, which is that we are all gods. We have tremendous power, tremendous abilities. And what's happened is that it's gotten drowned out by the mental chatter, right? This, again, the hyper rationalistic, right, rational centric world that we live in has drowned out the fact, right? Not the hypothesis, not the thesis, the fact that we are gods. We are gods. We are eternal. We are multidimensional human beings. And having said that, we can create our paradise. We can create our Eden. Yes, we got banished from a previous one. Well, what was that previous Eden? What was that initial Eden, right? It was a paradise in accordance with somebody else's laws, somebody else's understanding of the world, right? Which is great, right? Which is exactly what you need when you enter into a new world, when you enter into new understanding, which is what our original birth is, right? When we come into this world where we've progressed, we've transcended whatever our previous life was, and we have entered this world through a new understanding. We're babies. And so we need support systems. We need tradition. The traditions of our respective cultures and our respective ethnicities, right? We need those traditions, those cultures, those social norms to help us initially, to help us get started, right? But there has to come a point in growth as we mature when we understand ourselves through study, know who we are, come to the remembrance of who and what we are, where then we then understand we create our universe, we create our world, we create Eden, we create hell for ourselves. These are not abstract concepts, heaven and hell, right? The underworld, several other terms, Gehenna. No, these are states of being that we create for ourselves, and that we have the power to create and to diminish and to demolish through various means, right? Through feeling, through thought, through choice, through intention, right? Decision, the power of decision. So that's where I'll end right now. I just want to really emphasize and flesh out this idea, this concept of creating our own Eden, creating Eden, right? Explore this idea of, hey, you know what? Maybe we're put on this earth to create whatever the hell we want to create, and whatever the heaven we want to create as well. All right. So maybe let's use this time, right, during lockdown, with and quarantine, and with this attempt to spread fear about corona. Let's be wise, right? In spending the necessary 3 to 5 minutes per day to understand what's happening in the world, right? Keep up to date, but then spend the rest of the day creating your destiny, right? Creating your Eden. And maybe it's not a return to paradise, right? But but a building of a new paradise, a new era, your own new world order, your own new world order, right? Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts. Thanks.